Good morning. I'm Ranjit Kumar. My friend Rauf. We both are presenting on governance and legal requirements of Bitcoin. It's an open source P2P money. We are going to cover introduction, Bitcoin, relevant terms, theories, concepts, governance of legal requirements, and specific contextual factors, and impacts, conclusion, and recommendations. Now, introduction. Governance and legal requirements corresponding to the company Bitcoin will be analyzed in detail under this presentation. The relevant terms, theories, contextual factors, as well as impacts will be jotted down in detail. Lastly, recommendations will be stated down for the further betterments of the Bitcoin industry. Bitcoin open source P2P money. The Bitcoin industry was established or released in the year 2009. It was introduced by Satoshi Nakamoto. It is a form of cryptocurrency used on a worldwide basis. It is a form of digital currency. Hence, no specific central bank is there for the transactions. It is basically decentralized. It is a form of e-wallet for the entire world. Next, Bitcoin open source. The main functioning of Bitcoin has been executed on the basis of peer-to-peer transaction. The transactions are verified by the several modes of the network path. For the purpose of security, proper cryptographic measures have been implemented. It is an open source of software. The entire history of the transactions are recorded inside a public ledger, which is distributed. This is known as the blockchain. My friend Rauf will continue the next slides.
Hello, this is Abdul Rauf Muhammad. The relevant terms of governance and legal requirements are as follows. The first is the unitary board. The unitary board is consisted of several executive along with the managers of the organization. The non-executive member do not have any sort of ticks with the organization before their appointment. The second one is the dual board, a situation when a company is having a board of management along with a separate board of supervisory operating under a dual board. And the third one is the commission, a specific term to represent a body of individual which is authoritatively charged with a particular activities. The relevant terms of the government and legal requirements are also being continued in this slide as well. That is the Commonwealth. It's a form of legal entity founded by the Commonwealth to differentiate between the national government from the states as well as the territories. The next one is the company. A company, a body with a corporate nature having a status to be an organization under Incorporation Act 2001. The third one is an entity, a non-cooperative commonwealth entity or a corporate commonwealth entity as defined by the Public Governance, Performance and Accountability by the Act 2013. And the rest all being continued here as an equivalent scheme. In this, it is a process of maintaining equality among all the employees of an organization. No sort of based process take place here. Next is allegation. Allegation is information about someone doing something wrong inside the premises of the organization. The next is appraisal. Appraisal is the process of evaluating the performance of the employees in the organization, then providing a reward to that employee. The last, confidentially. The confidentially is the process in which the employee is being a little bit very confident. Authority. The right to control, act on and command to determine the action of their and punish for violation. The next is the control. It's about the power as well as the influence applied for a completion of a specific object for a Bitcoin. The third one is the manage. It's about a running, monitoring and supervising the entire framework of an organization. The agreement. Agreement, it is a deal executed between the two or more parties with a specific context and the basis of the specific terms and condition. And the next, coming to the assets. Assets are the things are owned by the organization with a certain specific value. Next, coming to the agent. Agent is a person who acts on the behalf of someone else in an organization premises. The bankrupt, can be considered as the legal status of an organization when it has been unable to process by the debit to their creditor. The last is the civil law. This is a law which covers the several disputes the customer may having with the organization. Next will be continue with my friend Ranjit.
As my friend explained some relevant topics, now I'm going to explain about the theories. The two initial theories of the governance and legal requirements are theory of Australian Institute of Company Directors, corporate governance in broad ranging term, which amongst other things encompasses the rules, relationships, policies, systems, and processes, whereby authority within the organization is exercised and mentioned. Theory of internal and external characteristics is the next one. The governance characteristics of an organization are formed by the variety of factors, both internal and external. A board of directors plays a key role in guiding and the organization's governance environment. And the next theory is further two more theories regarding the governance and legal requirements are as follows. These are public international law, rules and regulations that completely takes part in the process and regulation conducted by the countries. Next, private. These rules and regulations are taken by the private. This helps in the proper dealing of the individuals and the companies. Next, the first law which will be considered under this section will be domestic laws related to the governance and legal requirements of the domestic law within the country. The proper domestic laws help in the proper interactions among the individuals or the employees of an organization. The corporate offense deals with the offenses taking place in the industrial sector. Next theory, a corporation is an artificial body recognized by the law. The main features are that it is a legal existence and the main important business managers to have an understanding of the company law. A vital area in company law is corporate governance, which encompasses the duties and responsibilities of those persons managing a company. Therefore, issues such as internal governance rule, the role of an duties and directors and the other officers of the company are pivotal to corporate governance. Concept of governance and legal requirements. In this we have the norms and sets. The several norms or rules which have been formulated in a set under the working of the governance of the Bitcoin industry. Strategic vision. The proper vision in the context of strategy for the proper functioning in the matters of governance and legal requirements of the organization. Next, direction of policy and goals. And the last one is the formulation of high-level policies and goals, proper formulation of the policies and the respective goals of the Bitcoin industry. Next, further concepts are oversee management, organizational performance, best interest, and the mission of the organization. The overall target of mission of organization is considered and analyzed to attain them. And next concepts are intellectual properties and product liabilities and act of organization Bitcoin. In this, product liability is when a business is issued by a customer for a defective product that caused loss or harm to the customer. And next is specific contextual factor. It is explained by my friend Ralph again.
Yeah, hello again. Now I'm going to start with the specific contextual factor, governance and legal requirement. In that, let's start with the contribution of the individual. The proper contribution of the various individuals are being considered under this aspect. Board effectiveness. The board effectiveness of the Bitcoin industries are considered to be very much important under the context. The performance of the board. The proper performance of the board deals in regulating with the proper requirement along with the meeting with legal requirement of an organization. Next, coming to the application of the governance. In this application of the governance, it's another factor that should be considered under the specific requirement condition. The regional strength. The strength of the relationship between the organization and its stakeholder are considered to be vital. Next, coming to the corporate governance. These parameters provide detail regarding the manner in which the board of Bitcoin function as well as the laws and the custom implemented by the organization. Next, coming to the public governance. It is the factor of the governance which deals with the public sector. The interaction of the organization with the external world is dealt with via this method. Next, coming to for the private governance. Private governance is the factor in which the governance will deal with the private sector. The interaction of the organization with the internal environment get carried on this way. Last, the global governance. In this, it is about executing with the required law as well as the measure of governance on the worldwide transaction basis. Next is the implementation of Bitcoin. In these, various multinational companies all over the world have a corporate of Bitcoin money transaction system. Then coming for the protocol governing, this protocol governing is nothing but satisfy with each and every aspect of the legal requirement. The protocol change difficult. In this, on the implementation of the governance and the legal requirement, it has become really difficult for Bitcoin industry to change the standard protocol. Impact of the government legal requirements is again also considered here as a blockchain. The soft fork. The soft core, the Bitcoin industry is trying to change the standard protocol such as a format. Pointer of the digital world. Bitcoin has been considered as a pioneer of the digital world, that it's the first company having so much outsourcing all over the world. The usage of blockchain is what here the entire transaction history remains stored in the record of a public ledger. And the whisper of cryptocurrency. The whisper of cryptocurrency is nothing but a criteria in which the digital money which get translated get erupted. Next is the substitution of manual money with the digital money. Here, the rate of transition of a manual money has been decreased a lot of among the big organization. The digital money or cryptocurrency has widely substituted or placed the usage of manual money. This help in the increasing with the efficiency of transition. Next is segregated witness. In this, the efficiency of the transition process, this eliminates the certain data from the transition record and allows the block to store more transition related information. You're coming to the increase of block size. Here, the eliminated of metallability result in increasing of block size in the blockchain. The legal risks management. The management of the risks had been done meeting all the legal requirements. Next, coming for the process of Bitcoin Cash. The process of Bitcoin Cash took place on wide basis. Next, coming for the legal complementers covering all the scenario or the laws of water be in the 2011. Development of a Bitcoin core. The largest implementation of a Bitcoin had been done by a Bitcoin core. The Bitcoin core had been developed to be a virtual role. The next slide will be continued with my friend Ranjit.
I'm again for the conclusion. To conclude the presentation, deal with the various aspects of the governance and legal requirements. The impacts this concept put upon the Bitcoin industry had been covered. The Bitcoin industry had been the first section deal with the relevant terms related to the topic, followed by the concepts, the theories and the contextual factors along with the impact supporting governance had also been jotted down. Opportunities obtained from the above aspects and the abilities acquired from the practicing the above methods had been stated down as well. This presentation will definitely help the Bitcoin to take the business to a different level of success in the near future. Finally, lastly, recommendations. It has been recommended that solid foundations should be laid, proper structuring of the board should be done along with the balanced and timely disclosure of the information. Further steps which are needed to be implemented by Bitcoin are to act ethically and responsibly, safeguard the overall integrity. Lastly, recognizing and managing of risks needed to be done and the remuneration should be fair. These are the references. Thank you.